Hello students, what we had done in our previous lecture, we had done the GL2R. It means the general linear group is a group. Similarly, we are defining here the special linear group and its notation is SL2R. I'm writing here F, so R is also a field, or we had already defined the fields R, Q, R, C, Z and ZP. So SL2R is a group. So all these properties of groups are satisfying. What is the speciality in SL2R? SL2R is the collection of that type matrix that has the determinant is 1. In the GL2, the determinant is non-zero, but here the SL2R, the determinant of these matrix are only 1. So SL2R या SL2 special linear matrices या special linear groups is the collection of those matrices those have the determinant is 1. So we are considering here the matrix A, B, C and D where all the entries are belonging to the real number, but the determinant of this matrix should be 1. For closure and associativity, we know the all matrix satisfying the condition of closure and associativity. In the identity, in this case the identity, you can see the identity matrix has the determinant 1, so this belonging to the SL2R. So 1001 is the identity elements of SL2R. So now the next one property is the inverse property. So how we can find the inverse of SL2R matrix? Suppose this is our matrix A, B, C, D, and you know the determinant is 1. So 1 by 1 is nothing else. The inverse of A is equal to the adjoint of A. In this case, the inverse and adjoints are same. And adjoint of this matrix, swipe these elements DA and the rest diagonal entries, opposite diagonal entries are negative. You can also see that matrix multiplication is not commutative. So I'm mentioning here the SL2R, yeah, these type matrix groups are non-abelian group. Why? Because AB which is not equal to BA. I am defining here example. In the examination, sometimes examiner asks to find the inverse of this matrix, and this matrix belonging to the SL to Z5. Here all the matrix entries belonging to the Z5. So you can see the determinant of this matrix is -4, because -4 does not belonging to the Z5. So what we had done here, we have done applying the modulo 5 and add this number. So it gives the value 1. So 1 is the determinant because this matrix belonging to the SL to Z5. So this is the determinant of this matrix. Now in this case, the inverse of A, which is equal to 1 by 1 divide 1 by 1, 4, -4 and 3. So these are negative entries. First of all, what we are doing here, we are converting these negative numbers into positive number. Look at this. After adding +5 and +5 here, it gives the value 4, 1, 1 and 3. Some of students are asking about the determinant of this inverse. You can see the 4 into 3 is 12 is 1. So determinant is 11. Right? 11 is a positive number, but after applying the modulo, because 11 does not belonging to our set. Our set elements are 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this 11 does not belonging to the Z5. After applying the mod 5, it gives the value 1. It means that this matrix, the inverse of this matrix is also equal to 1. Right? After verification, we can check this is the inverse of A. you can see A and A inverse multiply, after multiplying it gives the identity element. Now the next example is finding the inverse of general linear group where the matrix is 4, 5, 6, 3 and entries are belonging to the Z7. Look at this, the determinant of this matrix is minus 18. After applying the modulo 7, its determinant is 3. What is difference here? Here the determinant is 1 by 3. We can write this 1 by 3 as the inverse of 3. So by Cayley table we are finding the inverse of 3, that is 5. So I am multiplying all the determinant values in the each entries of this matrix. So 3 into 5, 4, 2 into 5, 1 into 5, 4 into 5, it gives the values 15, 10, 5 and 20. You can see here the 15, 10 and 20s are not belonging to our set, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So applying the modulo 7, it gives the value 1, 3, 5 and 6. That is belonging to the Z GL to Z7. These are the some examples of group. Some more examples of groups are, most important group is UN group. UN group is especially known as group of integers where n is relatively prime to the n under the multiplication modulo. This group is also for multiplication. How we can find the values of this group? Suppose I am taking here n is equal to 8. And the one more condition is UN is always greater than 1. Or n is greater than 1. Suppose we are finding here the U8. 1, 2. 2 is divided by 8. So 2 can easily divide 8. So 2 does not belonging to this set. 3 and 8 are both are relatively prime because the GCD of 3 and 8 is 1. Similarly 4 and 8 not GCD is 1. So 4 does not belonging to this set. GCD of 5 and 8 is also 1. So this 5 is entered in the set. Similarly 7. This one more example of U10. U10 you can check GCD of 1 and 10 is 1. 3 and 10 is 1. 7 and 10 is 1 and 9 and 10 is 1. So in this set we have only 4 entries 1, 3, 7 and 9. Similarly here is also the 4 entries 1, 3, 5 and 7. You can find the more entries and you can write it here. UN is a group. One more example and most important example is quaternion group. This is the example of finite non-abelian group. It is defined as G which is equal to plus minus 1, plus minus iota, plus minus j and plus minus k, where the value of I square, it means iota square, j square, k square is equal to minus 1. And you can also say that I, j and k both are similar as iota. Okay, but it is also given product of ij which is equal to the product of minus ji is equal to k, and jk which is equal to minus kj is equal to I. It means the value of jk is also I and k minus of kj equal to I. Similarly ki or minus kj, the rotation is this I, j, k. If you are going is clockwise this type, so product of ij gives k, but the reverse minus of ji it gives the product k. So you can write it here. This is the non-abelian group of order 8 with the operation multiplication. Here 1 is the identity element and the inverse of 1 I, j and k are the 1 minus I minus j and minus k. And one more condition you can note, that the ij which is not equal to ji. Why? Because the value of ij and minus ji both are equal k, but here minus is missing. So this is our non-abelian group. Some properties of groups are, one more important property is uniqueness of the identity elements. It means that in a group our identity element is always unique. How we can prove this? If G is a group, there is the only one identity element. So let, if possible, what we can say, we are taking two identity element. One is the E1 and second one is the E2. If E1 and E2 are the identity elements and A is our element, so product of A into E1 gives A, or you can say E1 into A is also equal to A, and all the elements A belonging to the set G. Now A dot E2, similarly, if E2 is the identity and A is the element of G, so A dot E2 which is equal to A and E2 dot A which is equal to also A, for all A belongs to G. In the equation 1 and 2, if first of all I am taking here A as E2 in first, so E2 replace A by E2, E2 into E1 which is equal to E2 and E1 into E2. This is our equation number 3. What I am doing here, I am just replacing A as E2 in this equation 1. Similarly, in equation 2, I am replacing A as E1. So from the equation 3rd and 4th, all the E1, E2 ya E2 ya E1, all the values gives the value E1 and E2. So you can say identity element, nothing else, E1 and E2 are same. So identity element is the unique element. Next theorem is the cancellation law. Cancellation law in a group, that is right and left cancellation law hold. This is our left cancellation law, AB which is equal to AC. If the AB which is equal to AC, it by left cancellation law, A or A cancel, it gives BA equal to C. But if the BA which is equal to CA, it means the right cancellation, right side A cancel, it gives the value B equal to C. How we can prove this result? It is already given the AB which is equal to AC. This is our first condition where all the entries of A, B, C belongs to our group G. Because G is already given group and all the elements are belonging to the group. If A belongs to the group, it means the inverse of A exists. If inverse of A exists, so we can write A dot A inverse which is equal to identity, or A inverse dot A. This is our equation number 2. So what we are doing, we are doing the pre-multiplication of A inverse both sides the equation of 2. After pre-multiplication, we can write A inverse AB which is equal to A inverse AC. Sorry, we are pre-multiplication in equation 1. So this is our equation 1. We are pre-multiplication by A inverse in equation 1. So this is our next equation. We know that the G, it is already given, G is group, so we can apply the associativity property in this result. So we can write A inverse dot A in the bracket and B outside the bracket. This is equal to A inverse dot A is equal to C. Here I am mentioning how we can write it here is as, because the property of associativity. It gives the value E dot BA which is equal to E dot C. By the equation 2, we can write it as here the B which is equal to C. This is the using equation 2. Now since E is the identity element, so we can say E dot B which is equal to B and E dot C which is equal to C. Now the second condition is let BA which is equal to CA. This is the right cancellation law for all the entries ABC belonging to the group G. If A belonging to the group, it means the inverse of A is also exists. If inverse of A exists, so we can write similarly in the previous result A dot A inverse which is equal to E and A inverse dot A. Now in the previous result we had done the previous multiplication, pre-multiplication, but for right cancellation law we are doing the post multiplication of both sides the inverse element in the equation 1. So B dot A in the bracket and A inverse is the out of this bracket which is equal to the C dot A into A inverse. After now we are applying again the associativity law. So this B dot A inverse which is equal to C in the bracket A dot A inverse. In according to the equation number 2, this is equal to B dot E and C dot E using this equation 2. So it gives the result B equal to C, and we can say this is our right cancellation law. One more result for uniqueness of inverse. In the group, identity element and the inverse elements are unique elements. So this result say if G is the group and every element A belongs to G, there is a unique element B in this in G such that AB and BA which is equal to E. Let if possible A belongs to G has two inverse element, that is B and C in G. If B and C are the inverse element of A, so we can write it here AB which is equal to E and this is equal to BA. So this is AC which is equal to E and CA. This is our equation number 2. From equation 1 or 2, what this implies? AB which is equal to AC. But the left cancellation law, what this result implies? This implies B which is equal to C. So the inverse element of in any group is the unique element. So these are the results of group.